Today we are reviewing Jethro Tull's new album, The Zealot Gene. But before we do that, we were watching Breaking Bad yesterday, and it just so happens that, this clip came up.
Yeah, man, you play the flute?
It's a piccolo, actually.
Dude, play some Jethro Tull.
Well, I actually kind of really like this one.
All right.
Like the first time I heard it and when it starts and the flute comes in, I got so hyped. I was like, man, this is like an event, you know? First new Jethro Tull album in like a million years. And it comes on and it's just the same type of vibe. The flute coming in and like the chugging verses, which I really like. I also really like how the synth keys sound all throughout the song.
Yep.
Like it gives a nice vibe to it. And I swear if you replaced the synths with like electric guitars and you swapped out the vocalist, the verses totally sound like it could be an AC/DC song.
Ooh, okay. I took a different approach on that one because I did say that it sounded like somebody.
Yeah, you know, just like the thumping drums and like the bass, you know, chugging along.
Yeah, I didn't even think of AC/DC, but that's a really good point. Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, also, like the whole middle section is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought the beginning was a little deceiving. It was like the first 5 to 7 seconds of it. It just sounded like super dark, and then that's when the flute started, and it was like a little bit more upbeat. The first time I listened to it, I'm not gonna lie, I did not like the vocals whatsoever. That was just my first impression of it. But after hearing it so many times, they've started to grow on me. So. I definitely like the song a lot more than when I first heard it. I thought that it was like super, like really proggy. And my take on it was, if there were no vocals, kind of sounds like it could be Asia. Not gonna lie. So, that was my take on that one. I told you it was. I kind of had a same thing like, hey, it sounds like this person, but just not the same thing. Okay,
You'd probably think that anything sounds like Asia at this point.
Okay, the only reason I thought it sounded like that was kind of like what you were talking about with the synths and just the guitars kind of going at it like that. Like I said, it sounded very proggy, and so I'm like, yeah, you take out the vocals, I probably would have thought, oh, it's Asia instrumental or something like that. But yeah, overall, I really like this song. I did end up liking it a lot more than I did the first time.
Little baby song. Little itsy bitty baby song.
A little over 2 minutes.
Yeah, it just kind of seems like an interlude.
Okay.
Really. I think the harmonica in it is really good, and then you have the mandolin going along with the vocals, which is also a really nice touch. And yeah, overall, it's just a little song and.
Yeah.
I don't know, not much to it. It just has some nice vibes to it.
I basically feel the same way about the song. I have the same thing down about instantly loving the harmonica because it just brought on that blues feeling. And when I think of the blues, I think of the Steve Miller Band, and I love that sound. So that's what I thought of. It kind of, like, the lyrics kind of sounded like a folk song, so I kind of like that. Just because I used to be, like, super into folk music, too. So that's another kind of nostalgia effect. And it was a short but sweet song, kind of like you were saying. Like, that one I ended up liking more than the first song. Both the first time and every other time after that. But so far, I think it's a really strong start to the album.
Yeah, I really like this one.
Okay.
Like, the piano chords in the verses are so good. And, like, it almost sounds like he's pleading with someone.
Ooh.
Like the way he's singing and like the guitar comes in and it like mimics that.
Wow.
Like, I really like how the verse is structured in this. And the vocals up until this point, it was reminding me of something. And it wasn't until this track where I finally figured it out. Because it is really prevalent in this song where like he kind of has some serious, strong Roger Waters vibes.
Oh.
The way he's singing it. Like, I can hear this as a Pink Floyd song.
Wow.
And that's probably why I really like this one.
Wow. You know what? We're able to relate a lot of these songs to other artists that we listen to.
Yeah.
That's another good point. I really like the spooky vocals throughout it too. I actually thought that it almost sounded like it was David Bowie inspired, especially from his album Black Star. So I brought kind of that other musician influence into it, and that's funny because we never compared notes. Like, we're just finding this stuff out now. So love the piano throughout it, and again, this was another one of those songs where I didn't really care for the higher vocals, but once you just said that it sounded like he was pleading throughout the whole song, I was like, oh, it kind of does sound like that. So that just literally made me do a 180, and I'm like, hey, that brings like a new feeling to it. Never mind, I take that back. Like, those are pretty cool.
Yeah, not to mention like the whole middle section, like the whole breakdown where it's like going up in scale.
Yeah, I thought that the lyrics got pretty dark, like closer to the middle. So that kind of, again, brought on those feelings of, whoa, like this song is making me feel things and I like it.
Yeah.
So, again, and one last thing here, the flute was just epic, obviously. Like, I think this was one of my favorite songs that it was the most prominent in. So, just amazing.
Again, really damn good.
Yes.
Like it's just a straight rock song with chugging guitars, and besides, I think the last one, this is probably like my favorite vocal performance.
Yeah.
Like, I actually think he does really good, especially when he goes up. Beware, beware. You know.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
I really like this one.
I really did too, but I love the rock guitar at the beginning and the end of the song. It was just super cool. And the orchestra sound just really fit the entire theme and just made this song like really super big, sound kind of larger than life type of thing. And I really like when songs sound like that. So this one was a really powerful song. Probably it was, to me, one of the better ones off of this album for sure. So I'm glad that they did the title track justice.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the first single, which I did watch when it came out, and I pretty much, I think the exact same thing I did back then. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like, this is unfortunately one of those songs that I have really nothing on, besides I think the repeating flute parts after the verse are pretty cool.
Okay.
And I think it's how the song starts too. I really like that part, but like, yeah, other than that, it's just a basic song. I don't know.
That's really funny, yeah, because I think that the same thing, to be honest. I don't think that this should have been the first single released. I think it should have been the Zealot Gene.
Yeah.
If they were gonna do it, you start it with a bang. Just do that, okay? But
yeah, just go the yes route and release the best one first.
yeah, there we go. Yeah, reference to our very first album review.
But at least it wasn't the only good one.
I did not update my my review from the first time that I heard this. The first time that I heard it, the vocals with the instruments, the combination, it almost made me cringe. I don't feel the same way about that anymore as much. Again, I thought this song was just okay. It doesn't make me cringe, but it's just okay. And then I have it written down here about the flute. It sounds particularly just nice and powerful in the song. So it was just very prominent in this one, and I think that was what I liked best about the song. But going up until this point, it's probably my least favorite up until now. So, hopefully it can only go up from here, right?
All right, this one actually just hit me now. You're not going to get this reference, but someone might.
Okay.
The very beginning and the ending, but more specifically the beginning. It sounds like a song from one of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. And if anyone's played that game, I'm sure you can totally see what I'm saying.
Okay, so does that like add any extra value for you to the song?
I guess it makes it more fun, but like I said, it is just like that beginning part and the ending. But the song overall, I mean, like the accordion, I think is really cool. And really, there's just a lot of various instruments, like all throughout this song, but also the album.
Yeah.
But it also ends really abruptly, like it just cuts off. I think it's a step up from the last one. But again, it's just kind of okay.
Yeah, okay. I definitely agree with that too. Again, this one kind of sounded like a medieval kind of a folk song, more so just like the instrumental stuff. There were times when I could only hear the accordion and only pay attention to it. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it was the first time I listened to it because I thought it sounded kind of dorky, but I think as I heard it a couple more times, I was like, okay, this is a little bit better now. But I thought that the tambourine added flair. that one was my last point. The tambourine just adds flair.
That's the only purpose of that instrument is to add flair. So
exactly. So that added a little bit more value into the song. But yes, this one is a step up from Shoshana Sleeping.
I do not have a lot to say about this, but that does not mean that I do not like it.
Okay.
Because I think this is a really good song too.
Okay.
The verse riff, one of my favorite riffs on the album. And then like later on when everything kind of drops out and just the flute and something else playing, I think that's part really nice. It's just mostly the guitars, and I don't know. It's just the kind of same stuff that I've been saying the whole time. It's just the flute's really good, you know.
Of course. Okay, I feel like it's good in every song though, because that's what they're known for.
That's what I just don't have like any like thing specific about this song.
Yeah.
It's just one of those where it's good.
Yeah.
But I don't know how else to describe it. It's a solid song.
Okay, we are definitely not on the same page about this song. I lied. I would not mind if I never heard this song again. I did not like it. The first time I heard it, the vocals just made me cringe. They still kind of do. Again, and then I wrote here today. First time that happened. Second time, not as much. But yeah, no.
What about it? What about it?
I don't like the lyrics. I don't like the vocals. I just like the instrument part of it. Again, if they would have taken out the vocals, the lyrics, everything like that, song would have been great. But no. Yep, there we go. Only good thing about this song is the music backing the vocals. So those are the only two things I had written down. So never mind. This one might not have done it for me, but now I know for sure, at least from my point of view, we're only going to go up from here.
Again, I really like this one. Like the main riff is really good, and again, this is like one of the better vocal melodies, I think. And oh man, that is such a tasty solo. I think
that's one way to describe it. Yeah.
There's only a couple. There's only a couple like actual solos on the album, but like this one is my favorite one.
I agree. I really enjoyed that one too.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah.
And, same stuff. Great flute, great riffs. Drumming is really good on this one too. Yeah, just another pretty solid song.
Yeah, okay. I definitely feel the same way about this one. I thought it reminded me of a Broadway song. Just the way that he sang it with that emotion, it just kind of reminded me of like a Broadway kind of revenge-ish kind of
Yeah, you know what?
song.
Remember that for the end, because that actually is it's like, I have an exact point on that too.
Wow, okay, look at us go today.
Yeah.
And, I mean, just the last point is kind of generic, but I just thought, like, it was really rock sounding, which just overall made the song really, really great.
Yeah.
And definitely way better than the last song, at least to me. But yeah, this song was it was really good. Really, really enjoyed this one.
Easily my least favorite.
Oh, no! Oh, of course this one doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, I do really like the acoustics, the acoustic guitars, especially like the first half. But yeah, I really have a hard time trying to care about this song.
Okay.
Kind of reminds me of some songs off like Too Old to Rock and Roll, or like Minstrel in the Gallery, or like Benefit, which are albums you have not heard, but I know some of you watching have.
Just going along with it.
Where it's just kind of slow, and I'm just, whatever. Especially following the last song,
Yeah.
I was just, But also, like a further point, this is kind of where the album loses me a little bit.
Ooh, okay.
Because the next few are kind of like along these same lines.
Okay.
But they do get better.
Yeah.
Just not a lot.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna save that, my point of view about that, for like my ending kind of just whole wrap up thing of it. I particularly like the acoustic guitar on this one. Thought it was really cool. And I thought that within the harmonies, I thought that the lower vocals were better than the higher ones. But I did kind of like that harmony type of balance thing in the song. Again, I thought it was a pretty good song. Not the best. Again, I think it's an awesome song. I'll back myself up on that one. But I think that there are more awesome songs on this album. I don't know. I mean,
it's like I don't hate it.
No, I can see why you don't like it though, because I know that that's like a slower song. So I definitely understand that part of it. But yeah, this one was all right. This one was all right and kind of in the middle-ish.
Whatever.
Okay.
Don't really care for this one either. It is a step up from Saturday. But again, I'm just like, I don't know. It's nice, but not really memorable.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of just like an appetizer for the next song. Because I have similar feelings towards them. But, I mean, not to get too far ahead of myself, but the next one is a lot better.
Okay.
But yeah, I just feel like it's just... I'd rather just listen to it in brief visitation than this one, to be honest.
Fair enough. Yeah, I did think that this one was a step up from the last one as well. Yet again, the tambourine is here to bring flair, and we love it. This one, overall, I thought was one of the better songs on the album. I rated this one a little bit higher than the rest of the songs, just because of that overall. It just, like, whenever the chorus part kind of kicked in there, it was like a feeling of happiness. So I'm like, yeah, I could get down with this one. I like this one. So I thought it was definitely one of the better songs on the album. So I'm gonna shift gears a little bit from you.
I know, well, you obviously couldn't tell because we took breaks in between them, but that transition from Three Loves 3 into this one is totally seamless. Like the first time I was listening to the album, I didn't even notice it changed songs. Because I was like, wow, this song got, because I thought it was Three Loves 3 still. Mm-hmm. I was like, wow, this song got really good all of a sudden. And it was like a minute into this one. I was like, wow, when did that even change?
Oh, okay. I hadn't listened to it like that before. So I'll have to go back and actually play them seamlessly in order like that.
Yeah,
okay?
They flow like right. That's why the other one ends kind of abruptly. Because it goes right into this one. And it's really good.
That makes sense.
But yeah, easily the best out of like these 3 clean tracks. Really nice vocal melody, really nice guitar riffs. I think there's a 12 string in there, which those are always amazing. It's kind of like they have a couple like it's like a trilogy of folk albums.
Yeah.
Songs from the Wood, Heavy Horses, and then Stormwatch. And then I think each one of them got better than the last, and that's pretty much the exact same here.
Okay, fair enough.
I was trying to think of a movie reference, like these songs are like the Thor movies where like the third one is so substantially better than the other 2, it's ridiculous.
Okay, good reference.
But I do not want to compare Three Loves 3 to Thor: The Dark World because that's really miserable.
Oh no. Well, okay. I like this song considerably. I really did enjoy the song. I didn't enjoy it as much the first time around as I did the last couple times I listened to it. So it got better with every time that I listened. The mandolin it was on point. I absolutely loved it. It fit the song perfectly. And I don't know why I wrote this like this, but I said I was very attracted to the lyrics. So I don't know why I wrote it like that, but I just did. So that was my first impression of it. And I still like the lyrics. Again, don't know why I wrote it like that, but
maybe that was the mandolin. That was the 12 string I was thinking of. I don't know.
Maybe?
I think we're thinking of the same thing. Like when it's like da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, that
like
one.
Really short thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it might be a mandolin.
Okay.
It sounds like a 12 string, but whatever.
I think it is. I'm used to hearing that sound in like a couple of country songs, so I'm like, gotta be a mandolin.
Yeah, they're both just really good instruments.
I think they are, yeah. I even wrote, like, I had a couple of question marks by that one because I'm like, is this a mandolin? And then I looked at, like, all of the instruments that were played on this album. I'm like, yeah, it has to be a mandolin. So my best guess would be that it is. But I really, really, really enjoyed this song. So A+.
Yeah, it's okay, I guess. Okay finale. I don't know. I guess the verses are kind of fun because each one of them is kind of different than the last one. so it's always changing styles. But yeah, overall, it's just, it's just another one of those. Where I'm just like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, no, I definitely felt the same way about this one. I think that they could have chosen a better way to end the album. I thought there were some very unique drum patterns in this song, so those were pretty fun. And then, again, with that rock style kind of guitar, kind of from the beginning of the album, just sounded really cool. But overall, I think that they should have chosen a different song for the ending. So yeah, it's just there.
Yeah,
it's just there overall.
Basically, it's just there.
So okay, let's get into what they call the meat and potatoes of it. What did you think of this album overall? I guess.
So, overall, it's okay.
All right.
I think we might be on the same page with like the vocals, where they're kind of okay, but honestly, the best parts of the album is when he's on the flute.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Indeed, I agree with that one.
And yeah, going back to where you said it sounded like a Broadway play,
Yeah.
like that one song, I forgot which one you said it.
Oh, that one was for The Betrayal of Joshua Kind.
Yeah. I thought the whole album sounds like a play.
Oh.
Like, I seriously imagined Ian Anderson in like a devil costume on stage and like, saying to the audience, like, he's like singing or like telling them what's going on and there's stuff happening behind him.
Ooh.
He just sounds like he's narrating like something that's going on.
Oh, so I guess maybe this could sound like a concept album then. Maybe not necessarily in the order that the songs play. Like maybe if you switch some of them around, maybe they could be. So is that kind of where you're going with that? Like it's a storyline type of thing, or it's just like each separate song?
No, I mean each song is its own story.
Okay.
But like each one of them feels like it's like on Broadway. But yeah, like there's definitely worse albums the band's done.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a lot better ones too.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I definitely thought listening to the album was better the second time around. Mainly, I've only listened to it 2 times around on average. Some songs I've listened to like 5 times, others I've only listened to twice. So on average, it definitely sounded better the second time around listening to it. I still think that, kind of like what you were saying, that some of the songs would be better if they just took the vocals completely out of it. That's just me though. I don't think I was used to Ian Anderson's I don't think I was just used to his voice just in general, because I know that some of the songs that you had me listen to beforehand, some of the instrumentals that we're gonna get into a couple of the songs that you gave to me to listen to. I thought they were going to sound more like that. So that's kind of what I was expecting. And that's not what we got here. But, yeah, I think that some of them would have sounded better without the vocals. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to listen to some of the songs on here, especially Baron Beth, Wild Desert John. But if someone played the songs, I'd still listen to it. Like, I wouldn't be mad if they played it. Compared to some of their earlier stuff, it's okay. It's okay. I'm kind of like on the same page with you where it's kind of in the middle. Like there's no high ground, low ground, nothing like that. Overall, I thought it was a pretty decent album.
Yeah.
So tell me, what are your top 3 favorite songs, starting with song number 3?
All right. Do you want the honorable mentions too?
Yeah, you know what? Throw on the honorable mentions.
I had a couple of them that were fighting for number 3.
Okay.
The ones that lost were Mrs. Tibbetts.
Okay.
And In Brief Visitation.
Okay. All right.
They almost made 3, but I ended up going with The Betrayal of Joshua Kind.
Oh, okay. The Broadway one, like the super Broadway one.
Yeah. Because that solo is just really good. And yeah, like I said, like the main riff and just, all 3 of my top 3s have like my favorite vocal melodies.
Okay.
Besides Brief Visitation.
Yeah.
Because that was really good too.
Yeah.
But yeah, just between the riffs and the solo, it's just a really good song.
All right. What was number 2?
Oh, no. What's your number 3?
Was my number 3? My number 3 was the Zealot Gene. That one just rockin', good, solid song. Just super awesome. Loved it.
Yeah.
So that's literally all I have to say about it.
Which brings me to my number 2, which
Yes.
was the Zealot Gene.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
All right.
Rockin' song.
There we go.
It's just kind of a lot of fun to listen to.
It is for
Yeah,
sure.
We've talked about these songs already, so
Yeah.
we don't gotta go into it.
My number 2 song was 3 Loves 3. I don't know. I like that overall feeling of happiness, like just the instruments and the vocals. I like the vocals on that one, obviously, or else it wouldn't even be in the top 3 at all. And the tambourine was just like super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my number 2. All right, what was drum roll number 1?
Number 1 is Mine is the Mountain.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that one, just the whole thing, yeah, we've talked about this song.
Yeah,
already.
with the pleading and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with like the verses are just so somber sounding,
Yeah.
and then the whole middle part where it just goes full prog,
Yeah.
and just the guitars and the piano notes, chords, and oh man, that's a really good song.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's a solid one. All right. My number 1 off of this album is In Brief Visitation. This one was the one that I changed at the very, very last minute, like today, like at least I think about an hour before the show was. It was before you got here. Because the song that I had as number 1 beforehand, that one was Jacob's Tales. I had that one as number 1, and then it just completely got knocked off.
Wow.
So that one is an honorable mention. But that one was the one where I said I was very attracted to the lyrics. That's what kind of put it over the top from Jacob's Tales, was the lyrics to it. So that one was my number 1. And overall, out of 10, what would you rate this album?
Like probably a 6.
Okay.
But pushing a 7.
Okay.
Because I really do like a couple songs on here.
Yeah. So maybe like a 6.5,
mentioned.
6.5. Okay.
But yeah, there's also a lot, especially in the second half, where I'm just like, yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
No, I remember the first time that I listened to it. After the 6th song, I was like, I'm just not as into it as I was before. I don't know. I just felt like tired. I'm like, I've got 6 more songs. Oh my gosh. But again, like I said, it got better as I kept on listening to it. So I'm kind of almost there with you. I rated it a 5 out of 10. So it's, again, normally kind of like what happened the last time, when we rated stuff, you said that 5 was like in the middle, like it was average. Yeah. So I'll say that it's average because I have heard better Jethro Tull songs all in all. But it wasn't bad though. It honestly wasn't bad. So
Yeah, I'm glad it came out.
it did, yeah. So I guess our average of this album is a 5.5, just about.
Or a 6, because I'm kind of close to a 7, honestly.
Okay, so it's 5.56. I'm not good at math. I always say I'm not good at math. That's why I'm a broadcaster.
5.8.
5.8. 5.8 is the average rating of this album. So not too bad. Not too bad.